Nights are really fun, aren't they?
For the Parkers, Jeopardy is more than a game.
Sandy, go back. Give me 5. Yes.
The competition is fierce. The tension is mounting.
What is crepe Suzette?
The stakes are high.
Traveling companion.
What is Sputnik? The rear end of jet. I beat you. What do you got to say about that?
I feel a 6-month headache coming on.
On the other hand, you were very good, sweetheart.
Jeopardy, the most fun you can have with your brain.
Play Jeopardy Monday night at 7, right here on Channel 7.
We'd like to take this opportunity to thank all the other car makers of the world for so successfully demonstrating why everyone should own a Honda. Honda, the car that sells itself. At your New York, New Jersey, Connecticut Tri-Honda dealer.
Uptown is hot during Harlem Week 90 with events such as the first annual Harlem Jazz Festival, the first annual Vintage and Antique Auto Show, the 40th anniversary salute to Holcomb Rucker, the Economic Development Conference, the Youth Conference, Senior Citizens Day, and much more. It all takes place from August 6th through the 19th, so join us as we celebrate the 16th annual Harlem Week Festival. For more information, please call 212-427-3315. That's 427-3315.
Jazz musician Dave Valentine on the next Tiempo.
Welcome to Channel 7's Late Movie. Tonight's feature is Vanishing Act, starring Mike Farrell and Elliot Gould.
Finally.
What?
Oh, I'm sorry. I beg your pardon. Anybody home? Hello? The building's on fire! Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. There doesn't seem to be anybody here.
Guess maybe they're all at the parade.
Parade? All the cops in town are at the parade?
Guess so. It's really a good parade.
What if somebody robs the bank?
They're closed. It's the weekend.
You don't seem to understand. I need a police officer.
They're at the parade.
I know they're at the parade. But when they're not at the parade, who's in charge?
Lieutenant Rudemeyer.
Lieutenant Rudemeyer. Okay, fine. When's he due back from the parade?
Well, he's not at the parade. He's at the airstrip.
He's at the...
Airstrip. He just left.
He's going somewhere?
No.
He's meeting somebody?
No.
Let me see if I've got this straight. Lieutenant Rudemeyer's the man in charge, and for reasons unexplained, he's at the airstrip, right?
Right.
So if I were to go to the airstrip, there's a pretty good chance I'd find him there, right?
Guess so.
Thank you very much.
Except you don't know what he looks like.
That's right. I don't know what he looks like. What does he look like?
Well, he's kind of hard to describe. But you'll find him.
I will.
Kind of looks a lot like his name.
You got it.
All the way from the Upper West Side.
Sam, I love you.
So you should. Damn thing's been routed through 3 planes and 2 airports.
I'll fix your parking tickets for the next 3 years.
Rudy, that's great. But I don't drive.
Thanks. Oh, ambrosia.
Lieutenant Rudemeyer?
Yeah?
Harry Kenyon.
Sorry. Do we know each other?
No, not exactly, but since you're the police and my wife seems to be missing,
This is official business?
Well, maybe. I'm not sure yet.
I'll tell you what, Mr. Kenyon, why don't you stop by our office and file a report?
Oh, hey, Lieutenant, wait a minute. Lieutenant, I was just there, by myself.
Oh, I guess they're all at the parade.
And since you're not, I figured maybe we could take a few minutes.
Well, I was going to take this home.
Lieutenant, my wife is missing. Since I've only been married a week, I'd kind of like to find her.
Okay, follow me back to town and watch the traffic. There's a
Parade. Yeah, I know.
I apologize for the empty building, Mr. Kenyon. But around here, they don't do things in the conventional way.
I noticed.
It takes some getting used to. I've been here for 8 months, and I still get nosebleed from the altitude.
You're from?
New York. Actually, the Bronx.
What's a nice cop like you doing in a place like this?
That's what I've been asking myself. Tell you the truth, my wife wanted us to live here. For some reason, she likes clean air.
Speaking of wives...
Not that the people aren't nice, and it's pretty. I keep telling myself it's pretty. I feel like mountains.
Lieutenant? Lieutenant? Lieutenant?
Do you know what this is?
Looks like a corned beef sandwich.
Mr. Kenyon, there are corned beef sandwiches and there are corned beef sandwiches. This particular corned beef sandwich is from a deli on West 87th Street. And this is chocolate syrup.
See.
But it's the right chocolate syrup for egg creams. They don't know from egg creams in the Rockies.
They don't know from pickles either?
You wouldn't believe what they think is a pickle out here.
Lieutenant, I hate to come between you and your stomach, but I've got this problem, and you being a cop, it kind of crossed my mind you might be interested.
Oh, right. Your wife. She's
missing. Or so it seems.
What's her name?
Christine Prescott. Actually, Christine Kenyon now.
And you say you've been married for just 1 week?
We met in Las Vegas. Chris was taking a trip around the country with a friend. Anyway, she and I got stuck in the elevator in the Golden Lady Hotel. By the time they got the power back on, we were in love.
You fell in love between floors?
Oh, I'd fall in love with her anywhere. I proposed that night at dinner.
Took me 6 months to get my wife to go out with me.
As soon as we were married, we hopped a plane here.
For any particular reason?
Well, it's a nice place for a honeymoon. All that clean air you were talking about. Besides, a friend of mine from San Francisco loaned us his condo. We thought we'd do a little skiing.
And you're from Vegas?
Well, San Francisco.
Wait a minute, I'm confused.
I was visiting Vegas. I go there 5, 6 times a year. And Chris is from Philadelphia. Got it?
I think so. I like Philadelphia. Very good cheesesteaks and ice cream.
Lieutenant.
Oh, sorry. So she disappeared. Now tell me the circumstances.
Well, we haven't been here very long. It's wonderful. Never went out. Stayed in the condo and
Oh, yeah, I get the picture.
Then last night we had our first argument. I don't even remember how it started. Suddenly we were yelling at each other. She said I wasn't giving her enough space.
Yeah, they say things like that.
Next thing I knew, she packed her bag and left.
They also do things like that.
I was sure she was going to come back last night, but she didn't. When she didn't show up this morning... Look, I hate to bring the police into this, but I'm really beginning to get worried.
What does she look like?
Oh, she's beautiful. You can't miss her. She's driving a canary yellow sedan.
Rented car?
Yeah, and that's what worries me. See, the thing is, she's the world's worst driver. I hate the idea of her on these roads with hairpin curves and all this ice and snow. I'm afraid she can drive off a mountain or something.
Mr. Kenyon, I have some bad news for you. Most of the time, they come back.
I want her to come back.
Here, why don't you leave me your local address and phone number, and I'll make a few calls.
I appreciate that.
She probably checked into a hotel. As soon as she cools off, I'll bet she turns up on your front doorstep.
And if she doesn't?
Believe me, we'll locate her. Just give us time. And look at it this way. Hey, given the nature of your honeymoon, you could probably use the rest.
Thank you.
Pearl's got 2 great deals. Save $25 on 1 pair of glasses, or buy 1 pair and get a 2nd pair from a specially tagged collection free. Give them the details, Bob.
No coupon required. $25 off, valid on prescription eyewear only. Buy 1, get 1 free offer. Includes most single vision and bifocals. Progressive tints and coatings available at additional charge on 2nd pair. Offers good through September 30th. No other discounts or insurance benefits apply. Now at participating Pearl locations and Pearl Express, where you get glasses in 1 hour. Call 1-800-YES-EYES for location.
What are you waiting for?
Did you ever see your parents naked? Jordache basics.
I did, but it wasn't all that bad. Can't even think about mine.
It's like they hit a certain age and bam, their skin doesn't fit anymore.
My parents have never been really nude.
Well, how do you think you got here?
I don't know. I always thought I just hatched.
Tell me you just didn't say that.
You're up.
I'm sleeping.
You were walking.
I was walking in my sleep.
Have your coffee.
Hey, yours is darker than mine.
Mine's decaffeinated Folgers crystals. Yours is the decaffeinated you always drink.
Did you use the same amount?
Yeah, watch. Mine's mountain-grown Folgers.
Nice aroma.
A sip?
Yeah. I thought I was the reason you're always so bright-eyed in the morning.
Oh, you are.
Decaffeinated Folgers crystals, so dark and rich, shouldn't you switch?
You've got to be taught to hate and fear. It's got to be drowned in your dear little ear. You've got to be taught to be afraid of people whose skin is a different shade. You've got to be carefully taught.
If we don't teach our children hatred and prejudice, they just might not learn them at all.
You've got to be carefully taught.
Imagine a crisp cone filled with creamy Carvel ice cream for 99 cents. What could possibly top that? How about all your favorite crushed candy toppings free? The 99-cent cone with free candy toppings at Carvel.
Now back to Vanishing Act.
Want a lift?
Huh? That or an oxygen tank.
You're up early.
So are you.
Back east, I'd sleep through fire sirens and gunshots. Here, the birds blow me out of bed at 6 o'clock. I called, but you weren't in.
I couldn't sleep.
Hop in. It's cold out there.
I figured a little running took my mind off Chris. I didn't hear from you last night, so I figured you...
Let's wait till we get to your place.
It's up here on the left. This is it. Nice place for a honeymoon. Assuming it's double occupancy, which it isn't at the moment.
Not bad. What's your friend do for a living? Rob banks?
Better. He's an orthodontist.
Oh. I never asked. What do you do?
Paperwork. I'm an accountant.
No kidding. Maybe we can have a talk about my taxes.
Tell you what, I'll find you deductions if you find me my wife.
Guess I should have gone to dental school.
And he only uses it a couple of weeks a year. What can I offer you, Lieutenant? Coffee? Orange juice?
You wouldn't have a Danish laying around.
Sorry.
Ah, that's my problem with this part of the world. Lots of nature, but no prune Danish.
Join me?
At this hour?
Any hour is appropriate if your wife happens to be missing. I take it you haven't found her.
No, not yet. But we will.
You checked the hotels?
Uh-huh. We contacted the rental agency. Her car hasn't been returned.
What about a plane?
No one by your wife's name flew out of here, now unless she used an assumed name.
Damn it. Where is she?
Take it easy, Mr. Kenyon. I got a hunch she's holed up somewhere thinking things over. I mean, you got married without knowing each other very well. Someone in there?
Oh, yes. Lieutenant, meet Max. Hi, pal. He wandered into the chapel when Chris and I were getting married. She fell madly in love with him.
And you brought him along on your honeymoon?
She insisted. I had to book a seat for him on the plane. Sorry, pal. She's still among the missing. But the lieutenant is confident he'll find her. Unless he's changed his mind.
We're doing our best, Mr. Kenyon.
Let me show you something. Today is Chris's 30th birthday. We were going to celebrate. Will I be eating this cake alone?
You're really making me feel guilty.
I'm trying.
Okay, if it makes you feel better, I'll put every available man on the case.
Good.
She's probably feeling foolish, and it's hard for her to pick up the phone. But I'm an optimist. I predict that by tonight, you and your wife will be blowing out the candles on that cake.
Let's hope.
In the meantime, why don't you check around yourself? Maybe you'll spot her on the streets.
I did that yesterday.
I know. We got reports that some guy was checking out good-looking women all over town.
Wonderful. My wife will come home, and I'll be up on a morals charge.
Keep the faith. They got that on bumper stickers around here, along with Save the Whales.
Lieutenant, do yourself a favor. Move back to New York.
The thoughts cross my mind daily.
Hello? Father who? I'm sorry, you must have the wrong number. Yes, this is Harry Kenyon. My wife? What about my wife? Why can't you tell me over the phone? Where's your church? No, it's all right. I'll find it. I'll be there in a few minutes.
Ah, the concerned husband. How do you do, sir? I'm Father Macklin.
Father, on the phone you said something about my wife.
I did indeed.
Have you seen her?
Mr. Kenyon, I know how troubled you must be, but if you'll indulge me for a moment, I think I can be of service.
I don't understand. If there's...
let's just say I'm aware of your problem, and if you wouldn't mind answering a few questions.
Questions?
I assume you're still in love with your wife.
Of course I'm in love with my wife. What is this all about?
Then you have no misgivings, no regrets about your marriage.
What marriage? It takes a wife to make a marriage.
How very true. Union is sanctified. Division is a mote in the eye of God.
St. Thomas Aquinas.
You may be right. Now, Mr. Kenyon, would you be willing to take your wife back without reproaches, without rancor, with nothing but words of love?
Of course.
Then you richly deserve good news. Mrs. Kenyon.
Before you say anything, let me talk. I know that what I did was foolish, and that there's no way I can apologize to you, but if you'll just trust me again, I know that I can make it work for us. I promise I will. Thank you very much, Father Macklin.
I'm happy for you both.
Father?
No need to say anything. It was only my duty.
Father, this woman's not my wife.
What?
Harry.
I know who you are. You're sure as hell not Chris. I've never seen you before in my life.
No, Mr. Kenyon, you promised there would be no reproaches. This is very cruel of you.
I'm telling you, I don't know her.
He's been under a lot of strain. I guess it's the shock of seeing me again.
I'll say it's a shock.
Harry, can we go back to the condo and talk this over?
Lady, I'm not going anywhere with you. Unless you'd like to join me at the police station.
Mr. Kenyon, you're being unfair.
No, Father, I think it's a good idea.
You do?
Harry, I don't know why you're acting this way. Perhaps you're angry, and I guess I deserve it. I'll go anywhere you want me to. Just as long as we can clear this up and be together again.
Then it's settled.
Before you buy bedroom furniture, look into Atlantic Formica Bedroom Systems. We'll help you mix and match with dozens of styles and colors, from sleek platform beds with rounded corners to versatile storage beds with drawers built right in. Atlantic systems are endlessly adaptable and incredibly durable. Best of all, we manufacture our own bedrooms and never compromise on construction. So when you want guaranteed quality at factory direct prices, remember Atlantic Bedroom Systems.
Atlantic makes it better. Ma, when does the cast come off?
Why, don't you guys like washing dishes?
Ooh, pork grease. Bogus. Here, you do it. You do it. You do it. Ma, you
Relax, Dawn will do it.
Give Dawn your greasiest grease. Dawn will break it up and take it away.
Somebody forgot this.
Not in the greasy water, bonehead. My glass is as clean as the stuff you washed, so you're the bonehead. No, you aren't.
Keep it up and the cast stays on permanently.
Dawn, it takes grease out of your way.
Jeans, the brand that fits the way you live.
In the mood for savings, well, we've got them right here. ShopRite has the big brands, and just wait till you hear. It's so grand. When ShopRite gives you all the best big brands. Throughout the store, you're gonna save much more. On all the big brands, save a lot of cash at ShopRite's Big Brand Bash, yeah.
In ShopRite's Sunday newspaper ad or circular, Scott towels 3 for 99 cents with coupon, and Breyer's ice cream $1.99 with coupon.
Save a lot of cash at ShopRite's Big Brand Bash, yeah.
You begin to realize that the version we're getting was made up. Anglo-European Americans automatically think that the word race applies to people other than themselves.
Join us Sunday. Now back to Vanishing Act.
It's preposterous. I can't believe anybody's taking this seriously.
Mr. Kenyon.
Here is a total stranger, an imposter, and the two of you are actually listening to her. Don't you think I know my own wife?
Mr. Kenyon, can I shoehorn in a word or two?
You don't really think you're going to get away with it.
Mr. Kenyon.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Let's see if I've got this straight. Mrs. Kenyon, you claim...
She's not Mrs. Kenyon.
I gotta call her something.
Call me Chris, Lieutenant.
Chris is my wife's name.
Please, let's get organized here. Father, where did you meet this young lady?
2 nights ago, she came to the church. She was very distraught. She said she didn't know where to turn. Apparently, she'd had a fight with her husband.
Whoever he is, I don't blame him.
Go on, Father.
We have a small cottage behind the church, and I suggested that she stay there for a few days to think things over.
Father Macklin was very kind. And it was just what I needed. I walked, and I slept a lot, and mostly I thought about Harry.
Touching. Just for the hell of it, suppose you tell me where we met.
In an elevator in the Golden Lady Hotel. Anyway, Lieutenant, this morning I realized that I was being foolish and that my place was with my husband, and so I asked the father to call him.
Seems to make sense. What are your objections, Mr. Kenyon?
At the risk of being redundant, this woman is not my wife. Why don't you ask her for some identification? A driver's license, a credit card?
Reasonable request. Do you mind, ma'am?
I'd love to, Lieutenant, but...
I knew there'd be a but.
But I left my purse in my car with my suitcase, and it got stolen.
Your purse was stolen?
No, my car was stolen with everything in it.
How convenient.
That's a little hard to swallow, ma'am.
I believe I can explain, Lieutenant. This morning, Mrs. Kenyon picked up some groceries for me. She brought them in, but she left the car outside with the key in the ignition. While we were talking, we happened to look out the window.
And?
A rather shaggy young man jumped in the car and drove off. He even waved at us.
Come on.
Are you questioning my veracity, Mr. Kenyon?
Why didn't you report it?
We did.
You...
We called the police an hour ago.
Doherty? Did we get anything this morning on a car theft? Yeah, this is it. Canary yellow sedan reported stolen by a Mrs. Christine Kenyon.
All right, all right, all right. It was stolen. Maybe the guy who ripped it off was an accomplice. Huh? That's it, Father. You were set up. They wanted a witness.
I just can't believe that about Mrs. Kenyon.
She's not Mrs. Kenyon. Wait a minute. I can prove she's a fraud.
Oh?
I have photographs of the real Christine. I took Polaroids the day we got here. They're in the desk drawer back at the condo. Am I making you nervous?
Well, not particularly, because I don't remember you taking any photographs.
You don't remember because you weren't there. There's one way to find out. Lieutenant, let's go.
Oh, wait a minute. Look, maybe we can solve this over the phone. Ma'am, you're from Boston, right?
No, Philadelphia.
Nice try, Rittenmeyer.
Well, maybe we can phone one of your friends or your parents.
I'm an only child. My parents died when I was very young.
How do you know that?
But I could give you the names of some of my friends. And Mr. Wexler, he's the principal of the school where I teach. Oh, but it's a weekend. They might be out of town.
Well, we won't know unless we try, will we?
Excuse me, but I should be getting back to the church, so unless I'm needed...
You can go now, Father, and thank you for your help.
Goodbye, Mrs. Kenyon. Please call if you need the cottage again.
That's what I like. Vote of confidence. Lieutenant, let's make those calls.
Ma'am, can I have those numbers, please?
Yes, of course. Here you are, Lieutenant. Area code 215.
Okay, here's how I'll handle this. I'll have my deputy phone these people to authenticate them. Then we'll put you on the phone and see if they recognize your voice.
Fine.
Dougherty?
I'll say this for you. You'd make a hell of a poker player.
Well, it's easy when you have all the cards.
Maybe. But I have the photographs. Lieutenant? While we're waiting for your deputy, let's drive back to my place.
I take it you're insisting.
You bet I'm insisting.
Any objections?
No. I just want to go home and have a long, hot shower. I was hoping you'd join me.
Lieutenant, should we get this over with?
Okay. But if I had an offer like that, I wouldn't want company.
Am I going too fast for you? How did you get in here?
Pardon?
I said, how did you get in here?
The door was open. I didn't think you'd mind.
The door was locked.
Please, darling. You were in such a hurry to get to the church, you probably forgot it.
I did not forget, and don't darling me.
Mr. Kenyon, the door was open. In these parts, we don't lock our doors.
What do you want?
Ah, yes. Well, as I was driving home, it suddenly occurred to me that I was abdicating my duty by walking out on you and your charming wife.
Oh?
We have a group that meets every Wednesday evening, young marrieds, such as yourselves. Problems are aired, defenses are lowered. I thought I'd stop by and extend an invitation.
We don't need group therapy.
Darling, we need something. I mean, when a man doesn't recognize his own wife.
Why don't you offer the gentleman a drink?
What?
A drink, darling. I'm sure Father Macklin and the lieutenant are thirsty. Why don't you offer them something from the bar, if you can find it?
Well, it's really a bit early.
Nonsense, Father. A medicinal drop of sherry, perhaps? I'm sure the lieutenant would like something.
As a matter of fact, I do. A little seltzer, neat.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I forgot my manners. Let's see, that's one seltzer, And one sherry. Anything for you, dear?
No. The photographs. Come with me, Lieutenant. They're upstairs. We'll settle this once and for all.
Max! Oh, Max, how are you, my old Batman? Did you miss me? Did you miss me? Did Harry give you your vitamin? You're hungry, aren't you? Yeah, come on. Let's get you something to eat. You need a flea check.
Seems like somebody's satisfied. Come with me. They were just here.
Uh-huh.
Maybe they're in one of my jackets.
Mr. Kenyon, why don't you admit that there are no pictures?
Damn it, Rudemeyer, I had a dozen of them. I took them myself.
Then where are they?
I don't know. Of course. Father Macklin.
Huh?
Don't you see? He got here before we did. And he was at your office when I mentioned them. He took them.
Why would he want to do that?
Because they're in this together.
In what?
Sure, it all fits. He backed her up about the car, and then he bailed her out about the photographs. You search him, you'll find them.
I can't search a priest.
Who says he's a priest?
There are times when a little nose needs a lot of comforting. When only a mother's loving touch and the very softest tissue can make everything better. When it comes to comforting, you and Puffs have the touch.
When it's morning in New Orleans, coffee lovers head for Brennan's Restaurant for that all-important first cup of the day. This morning, we're secretly switching their fresh brewed coffee with dark, sparkling Folgers crystals. Can these people tell the difference?
He's a monster before he has coffee in the morning.
I'd like to be around while this was being brewed.
The smell would wake me up in the morning. This big coffee.
It's Folgers crystals.
Oh, really?
Is that right? Instant. Makes me feel like I'd find my keys in the morning if I'd have a cup of this.
Folgers crystals. Start your day with the coffee rich enough to be served in America's finest restaurants.
This summer, you could meet new kids on the block.
There's magic in the real thing.
Enter the Coca-Cola Classic Magic Cruise Sweepstakes. You and your family could win a premier cruise and Disney week vacation. You'll even get a chance to meet
The new kids on the block. Can't beat the real thing.
Enter at displays of Coca-Cola Classic at King Cullen. You can fly via Delta to a vacation that will make your summer magic. Listen to 95.5 for details.
Share a day in the country as a great new adventure begins. It's fun, it's fast, it's a ball, it's a blast. It's the best it's ever been. It's a whole new adventure with a million things to do. It's a whole new adventure. Great adventure is waiting.
Save $4 on adult admission with coupons at your local Pathmark store.
Can the other guys say they've installed over 100 million quality mufflers? We could say that. That's why we could say this. Nobody beats Midas. Nobody.
Now back to Vanishing Act.
All right. Where are they?
Pardon?
The snapshots. Where did you put them?
Harry, is something missing?
You know damn well something's missing. Your partner here has been working overtime.
Partner? Excuse me. Father, would you mind telling me how long you've been in town?
Almost a year. I was transferred last May.
This is embarrassing, Father, but may I see some identification?
Certainly.
Thank you. Everything seems to be in order. Social security card, driver's license.
You can buy IDs on the criminal underground.
Harry, you sound like a B movie.
Why don't you give the bishop a call? And if you'd like to search me.
That won't be necessary.
What do you mean it won't be necessary? He's got my photographs in his
Kenyon,
pocket.
will you please shut up?
I'll get it.
Oh, no, you won't. Hello. Just a minute. It's for you.
Lieutenant Rudemeyer? Uh-huh. What's that number again? Okay, fine. That was my deputy. Mr. Wexler, the principal from Mrs. Kenyon's elementary school, is waiting for our call.
The real Mr. Wexler?
No, he's a ringer. Your wife has half of Philadelphia on her payroll. Any extensions?
Yes, there's one in the other room.
How do you know that? While we were upstairs, she looked around.
Harry, when we settle in San Francisco, I think you better start seeing a psychiatrist again.
He sees a psychiatrist?
He did for 5 years.
That's not true.
Harry, you saw Dr. Kensington. You told me so yourself.
There is no Dr. Kensington.
You were heartbroken when he moved to Europe. You didn't feel your analysis was completed.
Rudemeyer, you gotta believe me. I have never been to see a psychiatrist. I don't even know what a
Everybody
psychiatrist.
take a deep breath, okay? I want to make this call.
If you don't mind, I'll be on my way.
Fine, fine.
I have to hurry back to the church and burn these photographs. Just a joke, Mr. Kenyon. Just a joke.
Okay. As soon as it rings, I'll give it to you, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll get on the extension.
Good thinking.
Hello, Mr. Wexler? Hi, it's Chris. Oh, fine, thanks. How's the weather where you are? Uh-huh. Well, no, I'm in the Rockies. No, it's not part of my trip. It was a little detour. Actually, I'm on my honeymoon. That's right, I got married. Oh, he's a wonderful guy. He's a little eccentric, but he's very sweet. Mm-hmm. Mr. Wexler, you're going to have to find a replacement for me for the next semester. I'm going to be living in San Francisco. Good. Well, give my love to Mrs. Wexler. Oh, and say hi to the kids for me. Okay, bye-bye.
I want to talk to him.
Oops. I hung up.
Well, what? Did he recognize her voice?
Of course he recognized her voice. Why wouldn't he?
Because she's not my wife.
It's been a pleasure meeting you, Mrs. Kenyon. I hope you enjoy your stay.
Thank you.
But look, walk me to the car.
Lieutenant.
May I see some identification, please?
What?
I know who she is, but I'm not so sure about you.
It's just idiotic. Satisfied?
Mm-hmm. Unless you got these in the criminal underground.
Now look.
Mr. Kenyon, I don't know what this is all about, but it's really none of my business because nobody's committed a crime. And the last thing I need is to get involved in a domestic situation. So why don't you take my advice, apologize to the lady and buy her some flowers. Give her the birthday cake. If you're lucky, she won't ask for a divorce.
There is a crime. That woman is impersonating my wife.
Oh, yeah, one more thing. Kensington isn't the only shrink in the world. When you get back to San Francisco, look through the yellow pages.
Hey! Where are you? What are you doing in there? What? What are you doing in there?
Taking a shower.
I know you're taking a shower. Come out here. I want to talk to you.
Wait a minute.
I made you a drink. It's on the bar.
Boom, boom.
You forgot the ice.
What?
Ice. If you're my wife, why don't you know I take it on the rocks?
Sorry, darling, I can't hear you. I'll be out in a minute.
What? Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Kenyon. I didn't mean to startle you.
Don't you know better than to sneak up on people like that? I must be up 10 beats a second.
Well, I did knock, but no one answered.
I was in the bedroom. How'd you get in?
The door was open.
I closed the door.
Yes, but you didn't lock it. You should really be more careful.
What do you want?
I'm afraid I misplaced my breviary, and I thought I might have... Ah, there it is. Depressing, isn't it? One tends to grow forgetful over the passing years.
That wasn't there before.
Mr. Kenyon, I must admit I'm concerned about you.
Is that a fact?
You seem to be, how shall I put this, out of touch with certain fundamental realities.
Really? Well, you might be right. What do you say we have a drink and talk about it?
Well,
Oh, go ahead. I really haven't been much of a host today, and this has certainly got to be better than that sherry.
Well, I suppose a sip or two wouldn't hurt me.
Good. Please, sit.
Oh, thank you.
Now, you were saying something about the fundamental realities.
Mr. Kenyon, it's a known fact that marriage can be a psychic upheaval. It changes the entire structure of our lives. And even though it can be a state of unending bliss, there are those of us who, at first, can't deal with the situation.
Drink up, Father.
I, of course, am celibate. But I've learned these things from watching the members of my congregation.
So you're saying that I'm rejecting Chris because I don't want to be married?
It's possible, isn't it?
Then she really is my wife.
Exactly.
Well, that's a relief. Because if she weren't, if she were trying to harm me, she might have put something in that glass you're drinking from.
What?
She made that scotch for me.
Good Lord.
Oh, what's the matter, Father? You just said it was all in my mind.
You don't know what you've done. You don't realize, Mr. Kenyon, that Mr. Kenyon, Mr. Kenyon,
Father. Father.
Hospital. Doctor. Hospital. Doctor.
Police.
Doctor. Hospital.
This is Harry Kenyon at 615 Starwood Road. There's an emergency. I need a paramedic unit out here right away. Oh, and radio Lieutenant Rudemeyer in his car. He just left here a few minutes ago. Tell him to turn around and come back. Yeah, that's 615 Starwood Road.
If you're like most women in America, you have 3 or 4 pairs of jeans in your wardrobe. One that's too small. One that's too big. One that's hopelessly out of fashion. And one that fits you every time you put them on. Lee jeans.
Getting to know you.
Geo Prism.
Getting to know about.
Wow.
Getting to like.
I like it. I like it.
Getting to hope you like me. Yes.
Uh-huh. Oh.
Get to know Geo Prism for right around 10.
That's all?
Uh-huh. At your Chevrolet Geo dealers.
Kitchen sinks have to be ready for anything. So it's nice to know that whatever touches your sink is touching a deep down clean surface.
Introducing Better Cleaning Comet with Chloranol Plus, a power bleach that penetrates tough, greasy food stains better, going deep into those tiny crevices where dirt gets trapped. Dirt other leading cleansers can leave behind.
So your kitchen sink is ready for anything.
New Comet with Chloranol Plus. Deep down, you know it's better.
Make it a winning season and celebrate Pathmark's 22nd anniversary. Pick up 6-packs and 2-liter bottles of Diet Coke where you see displays at Pathmark stores and enter to win one of 10 trips for 4 on Delta Airlines to the Walt Disney World Resort in Florida, home of the Magic Kingdom, Epcot Center, and the Disney MGM Studios theme park featuring Star Tours. Or win tickets to the Kickoff Classic at the Meadowlands. Listen to Z100 for details and score big this season from Pathmark and Diet Coke.
Just for the taste of it. Diet Coke.
When you have an emergency, you want fast help. So, when your sewer or drain clogs, call Roto-Rooter.
Now back to Vanishing Act.
Hi. Oh, I feel so much better after a shower. Something wrong?
No, nothing's wrong.
Then why are you looking at me like that?
Well, you've been away for a few days. I'd almost forgotten how attractive you are.
Thank you.
Now that you're back, I thought we might commemorate the occasion.
You did?
Why not?
What exactly did you have in mind?
The usual. After all, you're my wife, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's take this off.
Now?
No time like the present.
I just had a shower.
You can have another afterward. Why so modest, darling? I've seen you without your clothes before, haven't I?
Yes,
Well,
of
then
course.
What's the problem?
I'm sorry. I guess I'm just not in the mood.
I'll put you in the mood. Remember, you always used to like this. Remember?
Sure.
And this. And this.
Uh-huh.
And this.
Uh-huh. I know what the trouble is. I'm starving.
Then after you have something to eat, you'll be a little more responsive.
Just a sandwich. And then watch out.
Anything I want.
Anything you want.
There's just one hitch, though.
What?
By the time you get your sandwich, I might be out cold. Or were you counting on that?
I don't understand.
That little drink you fixed me? Fortunately, I gave it to Father Macklin.
You what?
For some reason, it didn't seem to agree with him.
Where is he?
In the other room. On the floor. It sounds as though we have company. I hope they brought a stomach pump.
You got an emergency here? Inside. Guy had a drink and keeled over. Heart attack? Could be. Last I looked, he was still breathing.
What's going on?
Oh, nothing. My alleged wife just tried to slip me a Mickey, but I gave it to Father Macklin, and he passed out.
Is he dead?
Oh, no. They don't want to kill me. They just want me out of the way.
You gotta be kidding.
When he comes to, give him the Rocky Mountain version of the 3rd degree and find out what the hell is going on.
I guess I owe you an apology.
Where is he?
Right behind that wall.
Suppose you show us.
Sure. Right. Here. He was right here. He was right here. I just saw him. He was here.
What's all the excitement?
What did you do with him?
Do with who?
Macklin. He was lying right there on the floor.
Why would he do a thing like that?
Because you drugged him. Or poisoned him. Well, not him, me. But I gave it to him.
You want to go over that again, Mr. Kenyon?
Aha. Here's the glass, Lieutenant. Impound it. Have it analyzed in your lab.
Lab? This is the boonies, Mr. Kenyon. We don't have a lab.
Then send it somewhere. You do have a post office, don't you?
Oh, I've had quite enough of this.
What did you do?
You have eyes. I drank it.
Somebody please tell us what's going on around here.
False alarm, fellas. You can go.
They'll only have to come back. She's going to collapse.
Oh, Harry.
Is there a problem here? I saw the ambulance outside.
You?
Has someone been injured?
No, Father. We're all fine. At least most of us are.
Ask him what he's doing here.
Oh, thank you for reminding me. I've misplaced my breviary, and I thought that when I stopped by earlier that I might have... Ah, there it is. Huh.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You already did that.
Did what?
Picked up your book when you were here before.
No, Mr. Kenyon. When I was here before, I left my book. Now I'm picking it up.
No, you already picked it up.
What's he talking about?
I believe Mr. Kenyon had an episode of deja vu. It's a rather common phenomenon.
What about hallucinating? How common is that?
I'm not hallucinating. Now, you listen to me, Rudemeyer.
No, you listen to me. If you're not playing with a full deck, have it looked into, but I don't want any more calls or accusations. Is that clear? Goodbye.
I'll go out with you, Lieutenant. Obviously, Mr. Kenyon needs to rest.
Wait a minute. I'm telling you. Hey, enough's enough. Any more of that, and I'll give you till sundown to get out of town. That from a New Yorker? Congratulations. You really had... Hey? Hey, you.
Good boy. Yeah, look. Oh, you cold? Isn't it beautiful?
Eighth wonder of the world.
You should take Max out more often. He loves the fresh air.
Good for the soul, right?
Absolutely. Come on.
Healthy.
Right.
I guess that's why you gave up smoking.
What?
For your health. Because up till you disappeared, you smoked 3 packs a day.
There go those hallucinations again.
Who are you, lady?
I'm your wife. Till death do us part.
Look, there's nobody around. You can tell the truth.
Whose truth? Yours or mine?
You're clever. I'll give you that. But this scam has got to blow. Eventually, it's got to.
Well, maybe I'll be gone by then. Will you miss me?
Why? Just tell me why you're doing this.
Why do most people do anything?
2 reasons, sex and money. And since sex isn't an issue,
It isn't?
it's got to be money. In which case, you've made yourself a big mistake.
Why?
Because I'm broke. I'm in debt up to my ears. I've even borrowed against my insurance.
Who said it was your money?
Certainly can't be Chris's. She makes a school teacher's salary. As of now, she's quitting that.
What day is it today?
The 5th? What's that got to do with anything?
It's my birthday.
It's Chris's birthday.
All right, it's Chris's birthday.
So you admit you're not Chris?
Of course I'm not. But that's just between us chickens. And it's really beside the point.
And what is the point?
You really don't know, do you?
No what?
Today, your wife is 30. On her 30th birthday, Christine Prescott inherits the principal of a trust fund worth $750,000.
What?
I guess she was going to surprise you.
Wait a minute. If I don't know that, how can you?
Trade secret.
You were a friend of hers in Philadelphia, weren't you? You knew her at that school or something.
Maybe.
Well, then you're not as smart as I thought you were, because you've just told me your motive, and I can go to Rudemeyer and...
And what? Tell him? Do you really think he's going to believe somebody who's in the process of flipping his lid? Disappearing photographs and vanishing bodies?
So that's what all this has been about? Discrediting me?
Well, if it is, we've done a good job, haven't we? So you just relax and behave. After tonight, it's all over.
Tonight? What happens tonight?
That would be telling.
You're very pleased with yourself, aren't you?
Yep.
Well, before you start counting your money, remember one thing. Chris could still show up, the real Chris. And if she does, you're in trouble.
No, Chris would be in trouble. Because if she's unlucky enough to put in an appearance, she'll be, shall we say, taken care of.
By whom?
Howdy, neighbors. Dusty Ryder here in North Shore Animal League in Port Washington, where you can pick the perfect pet to adopt. Now, North Shore Animal League, they've got herds of free puppies, crowds of free kitties, and a posse of free purebreds. Yes, folks, Dusty's telling you, all these critters are free. You'll even get a free mystery gift when you adopt. And folks, North Shore Animal League is open 7 days a week, 10 to 10, Saturdays, Sundays too. So mosey on down to North Shore Animal League in Port Washington, Long Island, and adopt your free little feller today. Tell them Dusty sent you.
I'm Art McFarland. New York City Police need your help in apprehending criminals who've committed violent felonies. Maybe you saw or heard something which relates to a crime that could help police bring the criminal to justice. If you have information about any violent crime, call Crime Stoppers at 577-TIPS. You don't have to give your name, and you could receive up to a $1,000 reward if your information leads to an arrest and indictment. Remember, 577-TIPS.
We've all made scrapbooks, and I know mine contains a lifetime of happy memories. The Make-A-Wish Foundation helps create special memories for children whose lives are tragically threatened by illness or disease. Pain eventually stops, but memories live on. Help the Make-A-Wish Foundation grant the special wishes of children who need that scrapbook of happiness and joy. They need it today. For them, each day may be a lifetime. I'm Gil Gerard. Call the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Uptown is hot during Harlem Week 90 with events such as the first annual Harlem Jazz Festival, the first annual Vintage and Antique Auto Show, the 40th anniversary Salute to Holcomb Rucker, the Economic Development Conference, the Youth Conference, Senior Citizens Day, and much more. It all takes place from August 6th through the 19th, so join us as we celebrate the 16th annual Harlem Week Festival. For more information, please call 212-427-3315. That's 427-3315.
Summer Jobs has been responsible for a decade of success stories. You can help this program continue that tradition by calling 212-888-JOBS.
Now back to Vanishing Act.
Running back to San Francisco, darling? Well, that's probably a good idea. You'll be safe there.
Nobody's running anywhere.
How can you leave hearth and home and your loving wife?
Because you're a little too lethal for my taste. And I'm not particularly fond of your spiritual advisor.
Would you like me to leave a light on in the window?
You do whatever you want. I'll tell you one thing, though. You're not going to get away with it.
Who's going to stop us?
Me.
Yes.
I'd like a single for tonight, please.
You're kidding.
I am?
We're booked through next month. Ski season.
Look, I'm not particular. Even a closet will do.
Closets are already spoken for. Sorry.
Next, you're going to tell me it's this way all over town.
Not even any floor space. Those people have reservations.
Wonderful. Max, what are you doing here?
Count your blessings, darling. At least somebody's glad to see you.
Are you following me?
Oh, I'm shopping. All my clothes were stolen, remember?
So was your purse. How are you going to pay for anything?
Father Macklin was kind enough to lend me some money. I need a new dress for tonight.
Really? Why?
Be 11. Take care, Max, will you? I'm going to be in one of those shops over there.
Hey!
Max! Is that you? How are you feeling? Still tense, eh? And constipated, no doubt.
Excuse me, am I supposed to know you?
I don't believe so, but I am acquainted with your friend here. This is Max, isn't it?
Yes.
I'm Dr. DeMarco. I was, briefly, this animal's physician. Still depressed. Well, one expects that with a stray. A sense of abandonment, of inadequacy. But we mustn't be discouraged, must we? With the proper sort of therapy, these problems can be resolved. Although I must warn you, Mr.
Kenyon. Harry Kenyon.
I must warn you, Mr. Kenyon, that severe regression is a possibility, and it can lead to loss of appetite and uncontrollable rug wetting. That's why I'm surprised that she didn't bring him back for another visit.
She?
Your wife. I told her that Max needed additional counseling.
Wait a minute, you're saying my wife brought Max in to see you and you're some sort of veterinarian?
I'm considerably more than that, sir. I practice holistic medicine, the entire animal with an emphasis on its mind and emotional life. If fleas are the problem, look elsewhere.
I just want to get this straight. You saw my wife?
Of course. Your dog didn't come in by itself.
When was this?
Last week. Why?
She didn't say anything about it to me.
Well, that's quite understandable. Wives often feel foolish when they worry about their pets, and husbands are rarely sympathetic.
She went shopping the first day we were here and took Max with her. That could have been the day she saw you.
Please be assured, Mr. Kenyon, that your wife had genuine cause for concern. Max was deeply despondent. I'd almost say suicidal. Who knows what indignities he suffered before he wandered into your lives in Las Vegas.
Las Vegas?
Yes.
Well, it must have been Chris if she mentioned Vegas.
Yes. Well, I must be going now. Nice to see you, Max. Take care.
Doctor. Dr. DeMarco.
You were right. Max needs help.
That's what I was saying.
Oh, I mean immediate help. Can you give him a treatment now?
Now? Why wait? We wouldn't want him to do something rash, would we?
Of course not, no.
And money's no object. What do you say?
I do have a spare hour.
Great. I'll pick him up later. Where's your office?
In my home.
Good. You have a card?
Yes.
You listen to the doctor, Max. He knows what's best. Thank you. And, I'd look into his dreams if I were you. He's been growling in his sleep a lot lately.
Really?
Mm.
Hi.
Oh, hi.
Can I give you a ride home?
Sure.
What did you buy?
Oh, just a suit, etc., etc.
For tonight?
For tonight.
Must be a special occasion.
Very special.
Am I invited?
Remember what they say about curiosity. Thank you very much. Where's Max?
I took him to a vet.
To a vet?
Nothing serious. He was sneezing. We'll pick him up on the way home. This is it. Coming?
Why don't I just wait here?
Oh, I might have to fill out some papers or something. Why don't you come on?
A little overqualified to treat a sneeze, isn't he?
Nothing but the best for Max.
Don't you usually knock before you go in people's houses?
I want to watch the doctor at work.
The most important thing is trust. Yes, Max, trust is essential. I must trust you, and you must trust me. And that's all there is to it. You're a good boy. A good boy. And you are loved by me, your surrogate parents, and by the entire canine community. Isn't that what you've always wanted? Ah, Mr. Kenyon, we're just finishing up. It's been a productive session.
Glad to hear it.
Oh, how do you do? I'm, Dr. DeMarco.
Hello?
Oh, that's right. You two don't know each other, do you?
No, we don't.
Tell them who you are, darling.
What do you mean?
Introduce yourself.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm Mrs. Kenyon. I'm Harry's wife.
My what?
Your wife, darling. Your wife.
Gotcha.
What's going on here?
Doctor, is this the woman who brought Max in to see you last week?
No.
But you just heard her identify herself as my wife.
Well, but that's not possible. I met your wife.
Ball's in your court.
Oh, now I remember. Actually, we did meet. We met when I brought Max in for his checkup. It's just been such a hectic week that it totally slipped my mind. Hello, Max.
I'm sorry, but you're a complete stranger to me.
Oh, well, I had my hair in a totally different style, and I wasn't wearing any makeup. Don't you remember? And you were paying more attention to Max, which is how it should be. I just kind of hung around in the background, and the lights are kind of dim in here.
Young woman, we have never met before. And frankly, I resent your trying to convince me that we have. Mr. Kenyon, is there some explanation for this?
Well, it's rather complicated, Doctor. She's after my wife's money, and you're the only one in town who can prove it.
That is ridiculous.
Why don't we let the police decide that? May I use your telephone?
Yes.
I will not stand here and listen to any of this ridiculous nonsense.
What's the hurry, darling, if you don't have anything to hide? See, the last thing she wants is for the police to meet you, because when he tells them you're not my wife...
But I am your wife, Harry. It's just that Dr. DeMarco has a poor memory.
I have an excellent memory, young woman. By all means, use my telephone.
Happy anniversary.
Hey, royal blue.
Electric blue.
Ooh. My shirt's not so electric anymore.
Look, something that's actually fading faster than your hairline.
Watch it. Well, maybe the fish will like it.
Why, are they colorblind?
If your colors are fading, help protect them. Try Cheer with Color Guard. As time goes by, you can see the difference Color Guard makes.
Here you go, sweetheart.
Hey, a red shirt.
Firecracker red.
Ooh.
Cheer with Color Guard. Dirt goes, color stays.
Listen to this. It's the sound of no grease on plastic. You want it? Use Dawn. Dawn is so tough, it pulls grease even off plastic. Sounds great, right?
Dawn takes grease out of your way, even on plastic.
Hi, I'm Dr. Vincent Fontana of the New York Foundling Hospital with an important message for all parents. If you're feeling stressed, please don't take it out on your kids. Bring them to us for 1 night, 2 nights, 3 nights, and we'll get you some help to cope. Call our parent helpline at 472-8555, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Our service is free. Please call us before you hurt your child.
Nobody can tell you what a complete and thorough brake job will cost until they inspect your car. Nobody. Midas gives you a full inspection up front. And for $89 per axle, we'll install organic shoes or pads. $99 for semi-metallic. Inspect hydraulics, resurface drums or rotors, repack non-sealed wheel bearings, and replace needed grease seals and fluid. So if a brake's done right, remember, nobody beats Midas. Nobody.
Give blood. Give the gift of life. For more information, please call the New York Blood Center.
Now back to Vanishing Act.
One quick question. You and I know she's an imposter, but Max didn't. He ran to her like she was a T-bone steak, jumped all over her.
Why shouldn't he? At least he has the sense to know who he belongs to.
Perfume.
What?
Did your wife wear any kind of perfume?
Well, yes, but...
Well, it's entirely possible. If this young woman knew what kind of perfume your wife used, and if she applied it to her throat and her wrists, it's entirely possible that Max would respond to the familiarity of the smell.
Boy, you really did a number on me. Lieutenant Rudemeyer, please. Where are you going, light of my life? I have the car keys. What? Yes, it's urgent. No, I don't want to talk to anybody else. I want Rudemeyer. He's where? The chief of the local police is playing basketball.
You should try it, Harry. Physical activity clears the mind.
I'll be back in 15 minutes.
Now, just a minute. You're not leaving the two of us here alone.
She may be tricky, Doc, but she's only a woman.
You chauvinist.
I'm sorry, but this is really none of my business.
I'm afraid it is, Doc. Whether you like it or not, you're a material witness in a case of grand larceny. Now, it'll be out of your hands in a few minutes, but you have to keep her here till I get back.
Well, what if she decides to leave?
Make a citizen's arrest.
Have you any idea what you're asking?
You tell him, Doc.
Is this loaded?
Certainly not.
Where do you keep the bullets?
In the desk drawer, but...
Loaded.
Mr. Kenyon, this is out of the question. I have never shot anyone in my life.
What are you telling her for? What's this?
It's a closet.
I know that. What's in it?
Records, files.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no, you don't. No. Harry! Harry, I'm claustrophobic!
Talk to the doctor about it. Through the door. Don't open that door. If she's gone when we get back, you're an accessory. Besides, there's almost $1 million at stake. She can't afford to let you live.
What?
Load that gun and be careful.
Are you nuts? That was a foul. He just doubled. He fouled me. Didn't he foul me?
You say so.
Substitution. I thought you guys from the Bronx grew up with basketball. He fouled me. Can we talk? No. Don't sulk, Lieutenant. You're just overmatched. Now, look, you always play with 14-year-olds? Community relations. Kid looks like a real hotshot. Yeah, I think they give him steroids. Hey, where are you going? Where do you think? I'm going back on the court. They need me. Look, Lieutenant, hard as it is for you to understand, along with parades and basketball games, there is a thing called crime prevention, you know, police work. Are you back on that again because I warned you? I know what her motive is, and I've got a witness who saw my real wife. Are you going to investigate like an honest-to-God cop, or are you going to blow this case and play center? Power forward. Who's the witness? A local veterinarian named DeMarco. DeMarco? I know him. He talks to animals. He also talked to my real wife last week. Are you coming or not? So wait a second. Hey, Larry, stay in for me. I got some business. This better be good.
Doctor, They were just here.
Yeah, like the photographs.
Maybe he let her out of the closet and she took the gun away from him.
Gun?
She might have overpowered him. He could be in danger.
Hello, darling. Lieutenant, what a nice surprise. Do you know Dr. DeMarco?
Yeah, we met.
Would you like some coffee, Lieutenant? I grind my own.
No, no thanks.
Oh, darling, you're going to be so pleased. The doctor says that Max is on the road to recovery. Isn't that good news?
Excuse me, doctor, but you do know this lady?
Mrs. Kenyon, of course. She brought Max in to see me last week.
You're lying. He's lying.
Kenyon?
Don't talk, listen. Call the airlines and book yourself a seat, or 3 seats if your wife and dog want to go with you. Either you're out of here by morning or I'll place you under arrest.
On what charge?
I'll find one. Count on it.
Chris has a trust fund. The real Chris. That's what they're after. They bought this guy off.
Early flight. First one out. I wouldn't let you near my taxes.
Ah!
How much did she pay you?
You don't understand.
I understand, all right. How much?
He's left.
He threatened to kill me unless...
Thank you for cooperating, Doctor. You're very wise.
It's okay, Doc. You did the right thing. What now?
Well, we can't have you running around like this anymore, Harry. It creates problems. I'll take him back to the condo.
Here. You'll need this.
You're a regular arsenal.
Onward, Christian soldiers.
Come on, darling. Come on. Maybe this time I'll let you carry me across the threshold.
can't keep a gun on me forever.
I don't need forever, Harry. I just need a few hours.
What about DeMarco? Got yourself a loose end there, don't you? Sooner or later, he'll get to Rudemeyer.
We've covered that.
How?
Just get in the car, Harry. You drive. Max, come on.
So, what are you going to do about DeMarco? Oh, my God.
Just drive, Harry.
We have arrived.
Stand by for a remote. Okay, well, we'll see you
Ready to go in 2 minutes. Any evacuation? I got the story. I'll bring the copy right down. Kathy's ready to go. Here's the copy.
Setting up safe, but we have to worry about people coming in.
Okay, is Kathy ready? The signal is up and ready. Kathy Wolf is on the scene with this live report. Kathy?
The police and fire departments are working quickly to get
When
things
that
under
news
control.
van goes live again, it's gotta be Eyewitness News.
Stuff any good?
Man, Walker, here comes a little white boy, man. Take care of him, man. You got nothing on me, pig. You flying out, sucker. Give me some of that. I ain't fucking good, man. What are you talking about? Look, man, you don't know me. You got another line. Come here. There you are, son.
Drugs are really fun, aren't they?
If this is part of your day, make this part of your night.
There are 250,000 Americans with multiple sclerosis. People like Richard Radke and my friend, the actress Madeline Rue. Please join me in the fight to short-circuit MS. Call 1-800-624-8236.
Now back to Vanishing Act.
And so, anyway,
Oh, God. Were you frightened? I would think extraordinary.
I couldn't believe it.
Oh, it was the last night that was the best. No. Oh, my taxi's here. I'm coming.
Max, take it easy. It'll all be over soon. Hold it right there.
Thanks a lot.
Man's best friend.
Hmm.
Move away from the door. That's better.
Where's she going?
Where's who going?
The lady who was just wrapping herself around you.
Oh, you saw that?
Up till then, I thought you were just hired help.
Hmm. No, it's considerably more intimate than that.
So, tell me what's going on. What have you got to lose? I'm going to go the way of DeMarco, aren't I?
I suppose you are entitled to an explanation, all things considered. As it happens, she's doing a little banking.
Banking?
At her request, a check for your wife's trust fund has been telexed from Philadelphia to the local Western Mercantile Bank. She's, picking it up.
At night? On a weekend?
They're opening just for her. Isn't that considerate? Who said that bankers have cold hearts?
They'll never give her that check. She doesn't have any identification.
Oh, but she does. Lieutenant Rudemeyer is going to personally vouch for her.
Damn.
Well, it's the least he can do. Poor woman has a demented husband, and her purse was stolen. So it's Rudemeyer to the rescue. Our game plan wasn't only to discredit you, Mr. Kenyon. It was also to convince him and And we have.
Still won't work. She can't cash the check.
Wrong again. She has a bank account under your wife's name in another city. They've already been alerted that tomorrow morning there will be a major deposit and withdrawal. The lieutenant was kind enough to telephone them and say that everything is quite, if this is the proper word from a priest, everything is quite kosher.
I'll be damned. He's a bigger idiot than I am.
By tomorrow afternoon, Father Macklin and Christine Prescott will have disappeared with almost $1 million.
And Harry Kenyon? What happens to him?
Don't ask. Here. You probably use one of these.
Doesn't the condemned man get some ice?
Attention all cat lovers, here it is. It's the Cat and Mouse Watch, now available in a special limited edition that comes to you with its own individually numbered certificate of authenticity. The Cat and Mouse Watch, what a charming way to keep perfect time. The lovable tabby cat watches alertly as the hour and minute hand keep time. Look, the clever mouse scoots around the face of the timepiece, escaping the cat and marking each second with perfect precision. It gives you seconds just as precisely, but more playfully than other watches, and it's lavished with quality features to combine a unique style with amazing accuracy. Genuine Swiss parts and precision quartz movement assure accuracy equal to the most expensive timepieces in the world, but so much more fun. In fact, we guarantee the accuracy of your heirloom watch with a no-nonsense 25-year refund policy. You'll thrill to loving details like the sable gray leatherette strap and the gleaming gold tone case and superb imported quartz movement. You've seen the lovable cat and mouse designer watches in leading catalogs at $44 and more. Now, on this special TV offer, you get a genuine cat and mouse watch, all for the unbelievable price of just $19.99. What a perfect and charming investment. Limit 2 per caller, so don't lose time. Have your credit card ready and call now for rush delivery. To order, have your credit card ready and call 1-800-733-7200 or send check or money order for $19.99 plus $4 shipping and handling to Cat and Mouse Watch, 500 American Way, Roanoke, Virginia.
Hey, what are you supposed to be? Wait, don't tell me, Murphy. A yellow submarine, right?
AccuWeather says it's going to rain.
Yeah, right. Well, if it rains today, I'm Sweet Rosie O'Grady.
Look, smart guy, I'm no expert, but AccuWeather is, and they say it's going to rain. When AccuWeather says it's going to rain, it usually rains.
Watch AccuWeather, only on Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
For over 75 years, Grosvenor Neighborhood House has been taking care of the city's needs. Our commitment is to restore and build faith in our people and community. Please help us to help.
Now back to Vanishing Act.
Lieutenant, I'm sorry to stop you this way, but I've got an emergency here. It's kind of complicated. My car is stuck, and this woman is at the bank picking up a check that doesn't belong to her. Anyway, you gotta give me a lift back to town before the priest comes. I mean, he's not really a priest, but he is trying to kill me. So if you could please turn your car around. I know it's the wrong way, but I'll make it worth your while. What the hell? What kind of a candy store are you running here? You usually give out six-figure checks as free samples.
Who is this man?
It's a long story.
Oh, no, you don't. No, you don't.
Mr. Kenyon, I'm placing you under arrest.
Oh, the hell you are!
It's for your own protection.
You want to protect me? Put her behind bars. $750,000 check, and you're going to give it to an imposter?
Lieutenant, would you kindly explain to me what's going on here?
Later. First, I want to put this nut in the cooler. Give me that. Either you come quietly or I'll call out the men in the white suits.
Rudemeyer, it's a scam. She's after the money. She's going to take it and head for the hills.
I think maybe you should leave, Mrs. Kenyon. As long as you're here, he's going to keep bouncing off the walls.
Oh, he won't be hurt, will he?
No, I'll just keep him on ice for a day or two.
A day or two? She'll be in Rio by then.
Goodbye, Harry. I'll make some calls and find you a nice place where you can rest until you're yourself.
I am myself. She's not herself. Don't you understand?
Thank you so much for everything, Lieutenant.
My pleasure.
Don't let her go. Don't let her out of here.
Move aside, Kenyon.
You'll never see her again. Rudemeyer, I swear I'll sue you and the whole police force.
Did you hear me? I said just move aside.
She's going to go to another bank in another city and cash that check.
So what? It's her money.
It's my wife's money.
Right, and she's your wife.
She's not my wife.
She is.
She's not.
Then prove it. Why the hell should I believe you? Why should anybody believe you?
Because it's the truth.
Because it's the truth. Damn it, Kenyon. If this lady is a crook, why doesn't your real wife come forward?
Maybe she can't.
Why can't she? Why can't she?
I don't know. Maybe she's dead.
Dead? That's impossible.
She could have had an accident. Her car could have gone off the road.
We would have found it.
Found it? You haven't even looked.
Look where?
Look south of town in the ravine.
What ravine?
Are you blind? 6 miles south of town, the ravine. How could you miss it? A sharp curve, her car would...
Thank you, Mr. Kenyon. That's what we've been waiting to hear.
Wait a minute, what is this? What's going on?
Would you mind telling me how you know the location of your wife's body?
Well, I...
Take your time, Mr. Kenyon.
After she left, I went looking for her, and...
Yes? Mr. Kenyon, you're under arrest for the murder of Christine Prescott. You have the right to remain silent.
Bless you, my son.
Lights!
Squad car's here, Lieutenant.
Thanks, Charlie.
Charlie?
Mr. Kenyon, meet Charlie Dwyer. He was the police chief here before I came. We dragged him out of retirement for this.
Better than playing pinochle. As a matter of fact, I don't think I'm going to take this collar off. It makes me feel positively ecumenical.
How'd you know?
We didn't at first. I mean, looked like an accident. A chopper spotted the wreck just a few hours after you reported your wife was missing.
You were supposed to find her. Then you should have notified me.
I would have. But then I remembered that you were just a little too worried about your wife's driving. You kept harping on it. Something didn't smell right. So I made a few phone calls.
Phone calls?
First to Vegas. You told me you went down there 5 or 6 times a year. That's a lot of trips. It crossed my mind that you might be a heavy gambler.
Did it?
The funny thing is, they all knew you. The pit bosses, the dealers. Hard luck Harry Kenyon. Seems you owe a lot of people a lot of money, and they were starting to lean on you.
Lean is putting it mildly.
Then I called Philadelphia. Took me a while, but I found out about Christine Prescott's trust fund. And so did you. I wouldn't be surprised if she told you in that elevator at the Golden Lady Hotel.
All speculation.
Maybe, but look at the sequence of events. Whirlwind romance, marriage, honeymoon, and then right before her 30th birthday, a fatal accident. Hard luck Harry hits the jackpot. He inherits 3/4 of a mil, pays his debts, and then walks off into the sunset.
Not a bad case.
But I needed proof. I had to get you to admit that your wife was dead. Since you killed her for the money, we had to make you think that you were going to miss out on the payoff.
Congratulations, it worked.
Yeah, well, we knocked a lot of wood.
What about Dr. DeMarco? I take it nobody shot him.
No, I spared his life. Any man who loves animals can't be all bad.
Was he part of all this?
He just blundered into it when he saw your dog. Charlie recruited him when you came after me at the basketball game. He handled himself pretty well.
Not as well as Chris here.
Thank you. But it's Ellen.
Where'd you find her? Local drama club?
Nope. Jones Beach about 8 years ago. Best-looking lady on the South Shore. And wearing the smallest bathing suit. Mr. Kenyon, I'd like you to meet my wife.
Your wife?
Well, she's certainly not yours, is she?
I think I married the wrong woman.
Long day.
Very.
So what's for dinner?
What?
Dinner. Didn't you make anything?
Ah!
We hope you've enjoyed Channel 7's Late Movie. Join us tomorrow after Eyewitness News when we'll present Face to Face, starring Elizabeth Montgomery and Robert Foxworth.
The following edition of Eyewitness News, which aired earlier this evening, was recorded for rebroadcast at this time.
Eyewitness News at